Hi, welcome back to the 30-Day Wellness Journey. Today we're going to talk about learning and personal development, growth, school, whether that's you're in a university, a college, high school, graduate school, doctorate school. So all about learning and kind of expanding your personal development. So we're going to jump right in to learn all about self-care and how we can nurture that part of ourselves. So personal development is all about taking time to learn more information and to grow personally, right? You're developing yourself personally. And right, if we think about 20 years ago, and some of you might not have even been alive, typical, the kind of training there was, you would go to high school and then you would go to college or you would go to trade school. And then after that, you would jump into your career field. And that was kind of the two options. You either did on-the-job training or did a technical trade school, or you went to get your bachelor's degree. And then the next level after that, you would get like a master's or a doctorate. So those are kind of other ways, or other professionals such as medical, or you went to become a lawyer or an accountant, different kind of things like that. And now there's so many ways that you can learn and grow and get information. It is so exciting that there's so much information just at our fingertips to grow personally and professionally. So we're going to talk all about those ways and how we can nurture that. When we're talking about personal development or even professional development, there's kind of two angles. So professional development is all about how you can grow as a professional to either make more income, make more money, get a raise in your job, elevate your career status. And then there's personal development, which is really cool, and how personal development is really on the forefront of one of the biggest trends that's coming right now. And so as you can see online, personal development is just as important as professional development. So personal development is maybe you're doing some online course, or you're doing an in-person workshop, or you're even working with a coach on how to grow your mindset. Maybe you're struggling with abundance versus scarcity, or maybe you're kind of struggling with your negative headspace, so you can grow professionally. You can also work with a therapist to help you work personally on kind of just your past traumas, maybe your anxiety, your depression, or other mental health symptoms that you might be experiencing. There's a lot of normalization for seeking out help to grow as a person and to grow professionally. And so often we see, people are only just trying to grow professionally because they want to make more money. And I know in my experience, just even with the clients that I work with, so many of them are like, my career is great, I love that, but I want to work on what's going on inside, doing that personal growth. Obviously, you find personal development important, or you wouldn't be watching this video or taking this wellness journey if you didn't want to go grow as a person. And so reminding yourself that personal development is so important. And a lot of times it's really hard to gauge that investment. So as you are watching this video, you are investing in your personal development, you're investing in yourself as a person. And sometimes we think about investments as something that we are putting money towards, but you can put your time towards it as well. So this is something that you're doing to grow personally as part of that journey. And so a lot of times we are hesitant to invest financial money in our personal development. And I think it's really important that we normalize that you can put money towards that, and it might not look like you're gonna get sales or clients or whatever it is. You're not gonna get money as you would in that professional development. But if you can grow as a person and develop yourself and heal yourself and create the life that's worth living, that's going to leak out into so many other areas in your life, and you're going to have so much satisfaction in all the other areas by investing in yourself, by putting towards that internal kind of growth and nurturing. And little plug, I have an online course that is all about personal development. It's called Inner Compass Accelerator, and it's an accelerated course to kind of navigating your life's fulfillment, and it talks about all the different areas in mental health, self-help, wellness, and personal growth and development. So on the opposite end, we've talked a lot about personal development, but there's also professional development, and sometimes professional development means we need to work on ourselves as a person. So we might need to work with a therapist or a coach to kind of work through our headspace. But then the other areas of professional development is we can go and we can do trainings now. You can get a certificate, you can go and take a workshop, you can go to a conference, you can do kind of, they have trainings now that are like over the course of a year, and by the end of the year you have a certification in a certain type of modality. There's also traditional school, which is going to a university, a college, doing online schooling. So there's so many areas that you can grow professionally. And that kind of goes back to yesterday's video of what do you want? How do you want to make money? And then ask yourself, what's the next step to grow that professionally? And luckily there's so many resources today. You no longer have to go to college. I think college is important. I loved my college experience, but I think right now it's so important to recognize there's so many other ways to learn, and there's so many other ways to grow as a person and professionally, that if college isn't something for you, look at a trade school or look at maybe a 1-year certificate, so that way you can do other things in your life. And there's so many options that we can do nowadays, and maybe you get to ask yourself, do I want to be my own boss? Is that a goal that I want to work towards, to be my own boss? Or do I really like having that group setting, having coworkers, having a team atmosphere? And so really asking yourself, when you're looking at that professional development, how can you learn and grow to take yourself to that next level, take yourself to that professional growth? I think learning is so important, whether you're learning personally or professionally. And what happens when we learn is actually we use different parts of our brain, and we actually can rewire kind of our pathways, wire our brain that's working, not working, and it's going to help us in the long run. It's going to help keep our brain sharp. Kind of as they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. Just kind of like if you ever took a language back in school, you probably only know a couple of the sight words and maybe a couple of common phrases and sentences, but you probably aren't as fluent as you were when you were practicing it every single day. And so learning is so important. And just because we're not in a formal classroom doesn't mean our learning has to stop. And the internet has made learning so accessible and so just amazing that we can learn something, right? Even here on this platform of YouTube, you can literally Google how to do anything, and there is going to be so much information. There's so much information on different careers, different personal developments, different professional developments, and different areas that you can grow as a whole. And I just think that this movement of personal and professional development outside of a formal classroom is just so empowering, because what happens is it's now inspiring people who might not have thought about school as an option, that they can go and be a student in a different form, in a different fashion, and know that it's not just about grades, it's not about passing or not passing, it's about what are you learning as a person, and how can you use this information to grow and adapt and really live a life, just kind of like I was saying, of true fulfillment. And a part of that wellness journey is learning and growing and developing as a person. So today's reflective question is, what are you currently doing in kind of your learning or your school routine? If you're in college, what's your routine to keep up with your classes? If you are just learning on your own, how are you navigating that? How are you nurturing that? Do you do that through blogs, through Pinterest, through Instagram, through YouTube, through workshops, courses, therapists, in person, right? There's so many ways that we can learn and grow personally and professionally. So ask yourself, what are you currently doing? So an inspired action that you can take is ask yourself, do I want to do it personal growth or professional growth? And what's something I can do to add to that self-care? So obviously you're already doing something by watching this video. It's going to help with that wellness, self-care on your personal and professional development, but asking yourself, what could I do more of? How can I incorporate this to be a little bit more long lasting? Or how do I absorb this? Do I go and research more information online? Do I sign up for a course? Do I ask myself where I need to grow, whether it's more personally or professionally, and really take that kind of to the next level? Awesome. I'm so excited that you are still on this journey of personal development, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe. I do videos every single day for this 30-day journey. I will catch you in tomorrow's video. Have a great day.